keep sitting here trying to say something, bro. Trying to sound like smart. Trying to sound smart. And by trying to sound smart, I sound like an absolute dumbass. And I feel like what I'm saying is actually like gay. Like there's no I have no passion in saying it. Like I'm literally just I'm boring myself as I'm saying it. Like I'm trying to piece together this like, logically coherent, framework that makes sense. It's just I I literally just want to fucking kill myself. Cuz it's like what am I trying to do? Who am I trying to impress here? I'll get on here and talk about fucking candles. We just talk about candles for an hour. I don't know. There's some days where I just feel absolutely retarded. I'm just retarded, bro. Um, why am I trying to make sense? Why do I get behind this camera and try to make sense to you guys? Why do you want sense? What's this whole thing? What's this whole obsession about sense? I don't get it. People want like sense. They want to like throw logic at you as if like, oh, what you're saying actually isn't logically consistent. It doesn't make sense. What? So what? So what? What are you gonna shoot me? You gonna shoot me because I'm confusing? Because I'm confusing myself? Because I'm confusing others? Are you you're gonna shoot the confused man? I don't know why I tighten this. There's no point. This isn't even on. But it's like people are so in their heads, man. Why is everybody so in their heads? And I can't point to data. I'm not a data guy. I can't pull up an article or statistics. That shit is just bleh. What? Why? I feel like we've done that enough. We've done that for years. And look where we are. Look where we are. 90% of men are just gooing to the hub. There's just gangbangs. This is where and then all the women are in corporate positions. They've all got PhDs and masters. They're living in high-rise apartments. That's the whole, all the logic, all the studies, all the peer-reviewed crap is landed us here. It's landed us here. Where dudes are, they're afraid of every move. They're afraid of saying something that like people might find morally reprehensible. They're afraid of saying something that doesn't make sense. Why? Say something that doesn't make sense. Say something stupid for once. Can you say something stupid, please? I'm so tired of people not being stupid. Be stupid, bro. You might actually feel good. It might actually free you. The divinity of the stupidity. The divinity of the stupid. The divinity of the moron. Just let go of this preoccupation that you have of trying to make some coherent argument. Who fucking cares? I honestly don't even believe that what's most powerful is logic. I don't think that people assimilate logic very well. I think it's hard. I think it's hard because you're using your brain to like think through it, and it's like analytical and it's not intuitive. Logic doesn't seem very intuitive. Now, of course, I use logic sometimes. Sometimes I don't. A lot of times I'm logically inconsistent. I'm sure I'm probably one of the most logically inconsistent people on the face of the planet. I mean, lest I say that life is a whole contradiction, oh, lest I say we can't help but be inconsistent. Then you got just dudes that are just, racking their brains behind the books. They're on Discord servers. They're plotting logic math and trying to make the perfect arguments. And oh, is that an appeal to nature? Oh, is that an appeal to authority? Oh, blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my God, bro. How do you not wake up and just jump out the window? Like, don't you hate yourself? You know? Why don't you say some abhorrent things? It feels kind of good. It feels kind of good, I'm just saying. Maybe the appearance of things. Maybe we're too concerned with the appearance of things, with the words of things, and we're not really tapped into the energy of things. Maybe there's something a lot more subtle. Maybe truth is not really communicated in some sort of set of perfect words. Maybe it's more a vibe. Maybe it's all vibes at the end of the day. Maybe it's a feeling. Maybe it's an energetic truth. Maybe there's something intuitive that kind of, just grabs your nuts. It grabs your nuts and you're like, whoa, ho. Maybe that's what truth is. It's something ineffable. And I don't know, man. Right now I'm starting to get a little too even me. I'm slipping into trying to use too many fancy words, trying to get a little too intellectual. Man, I should just grunt. I should just get behind this camera and just make grunting noises. You know? I could probably communicate some shit through that. Honestly, I should probably try and do that. But I just don't understand this preoccupation that people have. Like, I just want to disturb people. Like, honestly, there's a part of me that just wants to disturb people. Mostly, I just want to disturb people. I don't even want to make sense to you. Why do I want to make sense to you? There's enough people around in this earth that can make sense to you. I'm not going to be another one of these people that tries to make sense of you, and you're like, oh, yeah, the point you said about this, and blah, blah. Oh, but here, I think you're missing some nuance here, blah, blah, blah. Oh, actually, you were wrong about that. This is a logical fallacy. It's like there are enough people to do that, man, and they're pale, and they sit behind computers all day. I'm pale, but I'm also an incel, bro. I just want to disturb people. I just want to get in elevators and, if somebody's having a conversation with me about, I don't know, how's traffic today, or it doesn't even have to be about that. Honestly, it don't even have to be about some surface level bullshit. You can just be a dude with a dog, and if I get the feeling that you work at some corporate job, I'm just gonna talk to you like I probably won't even talk to you, honestly. I'm just gonna look at you. We should just look at people. People just piss me off, bro. There's so many people that just piss me off. And why? I have no idea why. There's something about just the way that they are. Just like you're whack. And I feel like I'm losing the plot in this video. But good, bro. Good. I should lose the plot. I should lose the plot. How about I make a trash video? How about I make a trash video? Well, you want a good one? You want one that makes sense? How about one how about one that's just ass? Yeah, I'm gonna make an ass video. How about the ass videos? Can we hear it for that? Why do I have to get behind this camera and say anything intelligent? Certain people just make me want to like tell them like, look, you make me want to eat my hands. You're the type of person that makes me want to swallow my hands. And just see how they react. That's probably what I'm gonna say on the next date that I go on. But I'll never go on a date, bro, because that shit is whack. I don't know how guys ever got conned to going on dates with women. How did that happen? How did that happen, bro? I feel like I should just walk in grocery stores and women should just tackle me and just fight over me. Yeah. I'll throw an orange on the ground and be like, yo, only one survives. I'll take that one. And then just, you know, like some Joker type shit. Just break the what's that? The cue stick? Pool stick? Just break the pool stick, throw it to 5 women and just be like, whoever wins, whatever. I'm nutting in you. You're gonna have my sons. Only sons. You don't have sons? What are we gonna do with you? I don't know. Put you on the street. Put you on a bus somewhere. You know? How did we get so far away from that? There's some dude yesterday that I was training to, he's in the running to be my replacement for my job, to pull heavy equipment upstairs and drive this big old truck. And this kid is some kid that just wouldn't have been alive, wouldn't have made it to this age. He's 32, and he wouldn't have made it to 14 back in, 723 AD. He just wouldn't have made it, bro. He just wouldn't have made it. Would I have made it? I don't know. Yes. I can't show uncertainty. Women don't like that. And when I make videos like this, I'm doing it to show women how confident I am and how certain I am. Because that's what women want. And I only live my life off what women want. I construct my identity around that. So, yeah. I don't want to act in any ways that repulse women. Oh, no. But yeah, I'd survive, bro. What was I saying? Yeah, this dude wouldn't even have been a thing. He wouldn't have been riding next to me if we existed 500 years ago. Dude wouldn't have been dead as a doornail, because he's meek. He's the meekest of the meek. He was apologizing to me. I would point out little things. I was just instructing him of how to get better, little things that he could do better, little nuances. I'm very detail oriented, which might come as a surprise watching these videos, but I'm actually very detail oriented at my job. Attention to detail is what I was taught in the Navy. Oh, attention to detail. And so I'm showing him little nuances, little you could do this better. Okay, so it's more efficient to do it like this. Okay, put your body like this. These are heavy things, bro. I mean, you make one wrong move, a catastrophe could happen. These things fall on you, they'll fall on a car, they'll fall on somebody else. You gotta pull these things upstairs, and this dude had to do half equipment, like half a stack. And even then, he was struggling. He was struggling. And I do full stacks. Let me fucking, you know, let me stroke myself. I do full stacks like it's a breeze, you know. But I also used to powerlift back in the day, so I'm a fairly big dude. I'm 6'2", 6'3", about 200 pounds. So I'm a fairly big dude, and it's, you know, it's easy for me. But for this kid, he was like 5'10", maybe $160. I mean, struggling. It was one of the worst things I've ever watched to see him pull a full try. He tried to pull a full stack, so he did half stacks, and I had to kind of watch him. Try to do a full. I was like, "You want to do a full stack?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll try a full stack." Holy shit! He pulled it up like 8 steps. One of the worst things I've ever seen. It was actually one of the worst things I've ever watched in my life. I hope I never see that again. But kid was really nice, super nice, great conversationalist, listened very well. He was a huge like guitar guy, really nice. And yet, the dude was just apologized for like any little thing that I was correcting him on. Oh yeah, sorry man, I can get better at that. Oh sorry, yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, bro, no worries, man. I almost stopped. And I was like, if you say sorry one more time, I'm leaving you on the side of the road. I'm never I'm not telling Ryan where you were. Um, Ryan would that's my boss. Sorry, that's a detail that you got. Who's Ryan? You know what I mean? But so I wouldn't give you the water bottle. You have a water bottle in here, I wouldn't give you it. And fend for yourself out here. um, but yeah, he was just meek, bro. Why are you so meek? How did we get men that are so meek? He was apologizing for things that I did, things that I actually did. I made a couple mistakes, like just little things, nothing big, of course, not me. No, I don't make big mistakes, never me. But like little things. I was like, oh yeah, my bad. He's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm like, holy shit. What? How are you apologizing to me for things that you did? Like, you're insane. Like, this is insane, bro. The fact that this dude is even here, how are you here, bro? And it's just, you wouldn't have lasted. I'm sorry, but you're really smart. I'm sure you got a lot of great qualities and things that work in this day and age. Maybe you're becoming more of a utility than I am. Maybe I'm kind of you what's the word? Who cares? Who cares, bro? I was gonna try to use some archaic, anachronized. See, it's just stupid, man. The fact that I use words like that. Um, this kid, like, there's something about dudes that just wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't make it in nature. If you exist in some sort of first world society and you're thriving, it's just kind of like there's something about that where I'm just like, no, no, you. He has no grit. He has no grit about him. He can't be an asshole. The dude has probably never said a negative thing. I didn't hear him say one negative thing during the drive. Me, I was saying all sorts of negative shit. He never says a negative thing. Why don't people say negative things? Say a negative thing. Say something terrible. For once in your life, my guy, come on. You can do it. See how it feels. See how it feels to be a little bad. Say some heinous shit. What you think? What do you think you're gonna get struck by lightning the moment you say it? You think some dude in a black sedan is just gonna pull up and just walk out and fucking shoot you in the head? What do you think is gonna happen? I don't know, man. It's like I was talking to my boss, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to have a driver, and this dude, he was delivering some stuff to this customer, and he's this dude, his driver is relaying this to him after the fact, and he quit the same day. This driver quit the same day. He's relaying this story, and he was like, "Yeah, dude. I mean, I delivered this stuff to this guy, and he was telling me how he's like, really into jujitsu and stuff like that, and keeps on going with the story. Lo and behold, somehow his delivery driver ends up in like a chokehold in this dude's apartment, like in his living room. And like this dude's in a full Nelson, like he's in a triangle. Like your delivery driver is in a triangle in some dude's basement while he should be on Brighton Road, 20 minutes away, on his way to the next stop to deliver. But he's running 45 minutes late because he's been in a triangle for fucking who knows how long. And then he calls my boss. And he's like, dude, I can't do this job. This shit is wild. Like, I quit. He's like, bro, it's not my fault. You ended up in a freaking triangle. Like, you ended up in an arm bar. How do you end up in an arm bar? Bro, you're a delivery driver. You're a delivery driver and you ended up in an arm bar in some random dude's apartment. What? That should never happen. And this guy that I was driving with yesterday, this is the type of guy. This is the same type of guy. These are the guys that end up in arm bars, in triangles, in random dudes' basements. And it's like, I don't think that you even, like, some of these dudes don't even have enough grit to deliver equipment upstairs anymore. Like, this is the point of society that we've gotten to, boys. And it's like, what? How did we get here? Like, dudes used to, 300 Spartans used to take on 100,000 Persians. That was real. That was a real story. That's a documentary. It's called 300. And like, that used to happen. And they all had six packs. And now dudes can't even pull equipment upstairs. They end up in arm bars. They deliver things to houses and they get trapped in triangles. Like, you see what I mean? But like, they're logically consistent. Like, they're logically perfect. They know how to point out like a straw man or some sort of fallacy. It's like, what happened? Like, what happened to us? It's just wild, bro. It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Don't be a dude that ends up in an arm bar somewhere. I mean, I would end up in an I don't know jiu-jitsu at all. I don't know any martial arts. I don't know how to fight. But I would. I would fight. Probably get my ass handed to me. But I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. See, there's my logical inconsistency for the day. Oh my god. Oh, this dude's talking about arm bars and he doesn't know how to fight. There you go. Bravo, bro. Take your little win. There's certain dudes that just don't care about that stuff. Certain dudes literally foam at the mouth over that stuff. Oh, he was inconsistent. Oh, he said he has a limp dick on the internet. Oh my god. They literally foam. They fiend over that. And then there's other dudes that literally don't give a fuck. Like, how do you care, bro? Why do you care so much about anything? Don't you know that nothing matters? Except for, of course, I would be remiss. Jesus Christ. Lord our God. So, they say you're not supposed to mock the Lord your God. I don't know if that was mocking. I hope God has a sense of humor. If he doesn't, man, I'm going to walk outside my door and just, there's probably going to be millions of chicks in yoga pants. I'm just going to have to turn right back around and just pull up the hub and just, but, or he's just going to, I don't know, what would he do? What would he do? Somebody runs me over? I don't know. He'd figure out some creative way, but I hope he has a sense of humor. I hope he can understand. Maybe he understands. Maybe he understands. Maybe he thinks I'm a little shit. He's like, this guy fucking sucks. This isn't funny. I'm not saying that it is. But like, this guy's mocking the hell out of me. What the hell? Nobody mocks me. I'm gonna shit on this guy. All right. Bro, you've already shit on me so much during life. Do you remember? You remember all the shits that you've taken on my head? You really have to do it again? I mean, what's another one? You know what I mean? What's another shit? Dude, I better chill. You know what? I'm going to end up some fucking paraplegic. But you shouldn't have fear. Don't fear. No fear. Be fearless. God wants his people fearless. Fearless. Sometimes I exhaust myself. All right. That's it. That's the video.